Hello everyone, welcome back to the course. So, I assume that you have installed your Kali system successfully using VMware or VirtualBox. So, after you have booted into your Kali system, the first thing we are going to do is update all the packages that are present in the repositories and update all the software that is present. The first thing that you always do when you start any operating system is to update. Also, it is recommended that you update these files regularly on a regular basis, like weekly or bi-weekly. So, to first of all update our system, we'll be using a terminal emulator, and this will be the beginning of our journey while using the terminal emulator. I know using the mouse is easier, but most tools that we are going to use in the course are going to be using a terminal emulator. So don't worry about it. Let me show you how a terminal emulator works. You can open it by either pressing the keyboard shortcut Control plus Alt plus T, or you can open it, as you can see, it has opened with the shortcut, or you can open it by clicking on this icon, this black icon on the top left here. This will also open the terminal emulator. And if you go there, this is the start menu. This is the start menu of the Kali Linux operating system here. If you click on it, you should get all the application list and everything else. In here, you can click the terminal emulator here, or you can just type terminal emulator. As you can see, there are multiple options to open a terminal emulator, but I prefer the option of using the keyboard shortcut Control Alt T. So yes, after you have opened your terminal emulator, the first thing don't be scared by this. Okay, so let's zoom in a little bit for you guys. Okay, so as you can see, this is the terminal here. So the first thing that we can read is that the first thing is Kali is our username, and the second thing is the name of the device. In case you want to know what your username is in a Linux file system, you can always type a very simple command. It says who am I. Whenever you type who am I, it shows that you are Kali. That is the name here. Kali is the name of the user that is using this system. Remember, the first time we logged in, we used the username Kali and the password Kali as well. So the first thing that we're going to do is use the update command to update all our packages. So what we're going to do is, if you're confused about it, don't worry. I will give you a one-line command that will help you update all the packages automatically. So the first thing that you're going to type is sudo. What does sudo mean? Well, sudo gives the root privileges. By root privileges, I mean basically when in Windows, remember, there was always a pop-up when you installed a software asking to, allow changes. It's basically doing anything with administrator privileges as in Windows. So Linux has its own implementation of the administrator system by the name of sudo. So you can type sudo and then you can type apt. apt is the update manager or the packet manager which is present in Kali Linux. There are multiple in more Linux distributions, but for this course, we'll be focusing on apt. So apt, we'll be typing apt update. As you can see, after every command, I'm giving a space. In Linux, spaces are important while using the terminal emulator, all right? So after you have given sudo apt update, we can press enter. So it will ask for a password because we are doing a administrative privilege task. So remember the password we had before, we can type KALI. Don't be scared if you don't see the password here. This is a very common thing in Linux for security reasons. Whenever there is a prompt asking you for a password, like here, you will not see the password being typed as stars or something else here. It will just be blank, but the keyboard is taking your input, so don't worry about it. You can press enter, and as you can see, it has started working. So what it will do is, it will go through the list and start updating the list. What do I mean by update? Well, as you can see, it says hit 1 and hit 2. So you may see more of them in your in your Kali system when you do it. So as you can see, it hit. So what are these? These are just lists. These are just a complicated, big, long file, text file that contains all the name of all the softwares that can be installed and updated on your system. So as you can see, after running that command, we say that it can show us that we need 470 packages that can be upgraded. So that's quite a lot. So remember, while starting, the first step should be this, because if you don't update before doing anything else, it may cause problems moving ahead. So it is generally advised to always update your system before doing anything else. So what we can do is, we can type another command. We can type sudo apt, but this time what I'm going to type is upgrade. So what does upgrade mean? Well, upgrade is actually going to download all the newer packages and install them on the system. Basically, it's like Windows Update. So once you have done that, you can press enter. And you may sometimes get this error. I have got this error. So you may not. So let's just fix this error quickly and move on. To fix this error, you can, as you can see, Linux terminal is a very helpful thing if you read into it. It always gives out the error and maybe sometimes gives out the solution as well. So as you can see, it says you might want to run apt fix broken install. This may happen because maybe you were updating and your system shut down or something else happened, or maybe some package was corrupted, anything. There can be multiple reasons by which this could be caused, and you can fix it by using this command. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to type sudo, because sudo is important, and then I can just copy this command here, or I can type it on my own. I will copy it from here, copy, and then I can go here and paste selection. As you can see, it says the command, and now I can press enter, and it is going to fix some stuff. And okay, so when you get this, it will always ask you before downloading or installing anything. And as you can see, it tells us that it needs to download 0 bytes, but it will take additional 1024 bytes, so which is around 1 kilobyte of disk space. That is just for fixing the update. So I will press Y and press enter, and we'll wait for the terminal to load. And as you can see, it has started working. So we'll just wait for it. You have to be patient at the first step because updates are merely very important for the system before we begin anything else. So as you can see, the progress bar has started now. This will be the progress bar whenever we are installing something new or updating our system. So we'll just wait for it to finish out. All right, so once we have fixed our broken packages, we can use our old command which we were using, which was sudo apt upgrade. After you have typed that, you can press enter, and it is going to ask you that it will require 0 bytes to download. It seems like my system has already downloaded them, and it will require 426 megabytes of additional disk space. So we're going to allow that with a yes. And now we can wait for Kali Linux to update on its own. So this will be a hands-free thing now because it will download and update all the packages on its own. We don't have to press next or anything. We have already set everything else. So as you can see, the progress bar has started now, and we'll wait for it to finish. Once the update has finished, we can resume on our system. All right, so as you can see, it's slowly unpacking and preparing. Don't be scared of the text rolling around your screen. It's just Linux telling us what it is doing. Linux likes to do this. It tells us everything that is doing in the background and foreground, unlike Windows, which does not tell us anything. So yes, we're going to wait for it to happen, and once it's complete, we can resume. So my system just finished installing updates. As you can see, after all that waiting, every update has been set up and we are back to the terminal. Whenever you see that prompt here, this is called a prompt. Let me zoom in for you. Yeah. So this is called a prompt. So whenever you see a prompt, that means the previous command has been completed successfully. So we are back at the prompt. We can use the above command to check for updates again. So we will type sudo update. Sudo apt, and then we can type update. And what we can do is we can combine two commands, the update and the upgrade command together, so we don't have to type them again and again. If you don't understand what I'm saying, you can just follow through or use the steps we used before. You can use sudo apt update, and then you can wait for it to do that again. So as you can see, it's done, and it still shows 309 packages can be upgraded in my case. So I may go and update them again, or I can resume later. But ideally, in your case, it should show 0 here. So when it shows 0, that means that updates have been completed successfully.